my newest invention. So this is, see, you see the video board. A tiny camera is inside there. So you can take a picture.
Make it.
Namjoon was the quintessential free spirit.
He advised me by being him.
What you learn from Namjoon is don't be afraid to try anything.
As he was opening up new avenues for us, meaning everybody, meaning for those people watching this tape.
He can handle history, religion, technology, art, and goofiness.
He was a genius.
Very smart fellow.
And I think it's really amazing that that spirit kind of lives on in all of us.
He's my master, and he always will be.
Yeah.
All right.
Test. This is a test. Sounds good.
Okay, I think I have a picture. So married.
I'm fine. It's good to see you, Skip.
What do you call yourself, a video artist? Or?
I still call myself a video artist. I'm old-fashioned in that respect.
Yeah, what did you learn from Namjoon?
I learned a lot from him because I hung around with him from about age 19 till into my 30s. So he was. I learned a lot from him, but there was one thing in particular that he said that I will never forget. And this is more in his context as a composer and a musician. But the famous statement of Namjoon's that I always quote to my students is, "Day of concert, law of jungle."
Okay. So Dara, no, too much. Hi.
Hi.
So, video artist.
Yes.
Dara Birdman.
Hi.
And we know how to spell it after all these years. So, what did you learn from Namjoon?
We were on a panel together, and I was concerned about what place I would be on the panel. There were about 4 of us. And I looked and I said, well, maybe I would like to go first, because I always like to go first and just get the thing out. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'll go last. And I knew that last was first. But for me, he was the person who never gave up. You know, he had all the energy all the time, worked so hard, yet he had a sense of humor. He loved making a deal. I thought in that way he's like a kind of very good version of a Donald Trump, that he really enjoyed it. Is that enough for... Yeah? Okay.
Can you do me a favor and spell your name for the camera? Okay, Jaime Davidovich, Jaime. Davidovich is Davidovich. You call yourself a video artist? Well, I call myself Dr. Videovich, which I started at in 1979. That Dr. Videovich is a television therapy specialist. I was a predecessor of Dr. Phil.
And I studied in Argentina with German professors how to manipulate the media.
So I'm asking everybody, what did you learn from Namjoon? Is there something in particular that you use in your work or remember or strikes you?
First of all, Namjoon, in one way or the other, influenced everybody. Not only for his video work, but also his personality, the way he dealt with people, the way he helped people.
And especially for me, I met him, and then he invited me to be in one of his tapes right away.
And he gave me an assignment, and the assignment was, like, I will be the guy who will steal a TV from him.
What you learn is to be eccentric is to be good. What you learn from Namjoon is don't be afraid to try anything.
When I heard about the death of Nam June Paik, I sent an email to all my friends, and I said, this email is from Namjoon, because I know that he will be someplace in cyberspace, and he will be watching for these things. And I say,
Namjoon, just prepare everything for us. We are going to get there soon.
That's what Cheatin' Louis said.
We're next.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi, how you doing?
What would you call yourselves? Video artists and now...
We're video pioneers
Yeah.
from the 70s. You know, we were out there with everybody else with Rain Dance and Video Freaks and right here in New York doing the video thing.
And we've continued, and we're still multimedia artists at this point, working with music and videos.
Yeah, we probably got the very first AV series Portapack in New York City, which made everybody really jealous.
And we were just jumping into it. So.
We didn't even know there was a scene.
Yeah,
and then we just plugged in.
How did you know Nam June?
We knew him through some work we did, some installation works we did, especially at the Corcoran Gallery in Washington, D.C. We did a show together.
Did you learn anything in particular from him? Did he?
Just his sense of joy, and not just his sense of joy, but yes, his sense of joy. It was a fantastic thing. He had such marvelous energy and was so encouraging. He was very supportive in the way he presented himself to us, and it was really exciting to meet him. And watch his work, of course.
Well, pushing the envelope. I mean, always like seeing beyond the box, and never in a box, actually, except the television box. Yeah, it was fun going back to this retrospective at the Guggenheim a few years ago and seeing all the work that he had done over so many projects, and just really bringing in, you know, so many ideas that stimulated a lot of young people. We heard that show was held over, and it was the youth of today who are interested in seeing what in the world this was all about. That he was one of the extreme celebrities of our movement.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Oh,
okay.
Here with Ira Schneider.
What, is the tape rolling?
We're rolling.
Hey.
SCHNEIDER.
Right.
Video
very,
artist.
very jet lagged.
Okay.
Just off the plane.
So what?
From Europe.
What? Germany. Berlin.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Ira, is there something that you learned from Nam June in particular?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
How far would you go?
I would go that far that I met him, and we had amiable relations for many, many years. And we were in shows together, and...
How about this one? Came to California where I was sharing a house on the beach with Alan Caprow. Alan was out of town.
He died about 3 days ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, Nam June stayed at our house on the beach, the Pacific Ocean beach, and went out and sat in a kind of a lotus position for 4 hours on the beach. Like totally with the tide, the water coming in, the waves coming in. It was really perfect. It reminded me of the Buddha looking at himself, which, by the way, is my favorite piece that he ever did. The one with the Buddha looking at himself on the round TV set. Yeah, we included that in the book, the video art book.
What video art book again?
Video art and anthology that Beryl Karat did, and with me. And
now, what year
1976.
And what year was it when he was sitting on the beach?
That was in 79 or 80. 79 or 80, yeah.
But this is more for like artists and students, and not a recollection, but something you learned, like
right.
his work. Or what did you get out of him being on the beach? Or
No, I just appreciated his being.
That's pretty much what Yoko Ono says.
Yeah.
He advised me by being him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll repeat what I said.
Yeah.
As long as you tell people that I'm totally jet lagged, you're welcome to use this. Because otherwise, yes.
Didn't say that. I mean, he had this. He didn't want everybody to know he wanted to be famous.
Right.
And I'm dumb enough to blurt it out. So it's. I don't do it out of meanness. I do it out of love. But
Modesty was a style of his.
Modesty was a style only in that he was constantly the focus of anything that happened anywhere near him. And that's about as immodest as you can get. He was always the focus of everything around him, which is fine. I mean, this is the way he was. He was a performer. Performers are like this. I've got a daughter. I told you, she's doing Mamma Mia. She's a performer. Nothing. No, I didn't know Nam June very well at all on those levels. And he didn't reveal himself. He really didn't. There was no reason to. There was enough there between the two of us, and we knew it. I mean, we appreciated each other, and we had our own sense of understanding and love and whatever. So I helped him.
How's that?
any way I could. And you know, he helped me. He put the center into a perspective that I could understand. So it was a mutual relationship. It wasn't. It wasn't just observation. I don't think that he thought about money specifically as much as he would think about ideas. He would have things that needed money. He would find ways of getting it. I told Shigeko, I told him, I told anybody who wants to listen. He's one of the best, most successful, most amazing entrepreneurs, administrators that I can think of. I mean, he really made it happen. Other people make theories about having to make it happen. Namji gets up in the morning and shits it. It just shits out of him. He wanted to be famous.
Right.
He didn't want to be a success. He wanted to be famous. And he did. He worked it out.
So what was the equation?
I think if Namjoon set out to be something else, he would have been that. I mean,
he had strength of will.
Oh, really? He's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart fella. Whatever he decided to do, he sort of did. And he could find people to help him, and people wanted to help him. That's unusual.
Well, I'm running out of tape.
Good. Glad to hear it.
It says 0.
Fuck you.
Is this the end of my tape? I don't know. Yeah. It's the end of your part of it, though.
Good.
I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut out Mamma Mia, but other than that, we're gonna keep... I just want you to tell me, like, your name and what you were doing in the 70s and what you're doing now.
Let me do the Namjoon Pike thing first.
Well, tell me who you are first, and then go right into Namjoon. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I'm David Court. 1970. We were revolutionaries, and we weren't thinking of private gain at that time. But then, of course,
there's then contemplation, you see, and now somebody has asked us to
reality set in, and
right?
Namjoon Pike, I thought he was doing pretty good. I mean, I knew what he was doing because I did it too, but I didn't have the resources that he had, and so I was doing the same thing. I was doing feedback on images and stuff like that, but not in the space he had. And he was doing with dancers, which is, of course, really nice. And he also was working with Etra at the laboratory, and that was a nice relationship that he had. And he was an incredible sense of humor. I mean, amazing. Out of where this comes from, you know. It's a surprising, shocking thing, you know. He had a shocking sense of humor.
What do you mean by that?
You would laugh and suddenly realize where you've been and where you might be coming. You had to change. It was a change perspective laugh.
Windex. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You can look at me or the camera.
My name is Olga Mazurkiewicz. I'm a video artist as well. I do live video and filmmaking.
Did you know Namjoon first?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't. I wish I would have, because I think I would have learned a lot more. And Namjoon is a great inspiration for me. I actually discovered him very recently and very late, obviously. But since I do kind of very similar work, I'm very grateful that he actually paved the way for so many of us to do these kinds of things.
Because he made a space for us in the world of ideas and in the world of art and in the world of communications. With both elbows, he worked out a space for all of us. And that was the best thing he did for us.
That he actually paved the way for so many of us to do these kinds of things. I think it's really amazing. I think he's an amazing person from what I know, and an amazing sense of humor. It's very funny for me because I have a similar style of mixing. When I saw his work, I realized, oh my God, I have similar ideas about how to mix, and I think it's really amazing that that spirit kind of lives on in all of us. So.
First of all, I'd love to know your name, how you spell it.
My name is Kazuko.
And spell it for me.
It's Kazuko. and that's it.
That's one name.
One name. I'm a mixed media artist, and right now I do sculpture for using Barney's as my gallery. But in '79, I was the first one to break through with Sony, and I think I'd like to go in.
Okay, let's go. Is there something that you learned from Namjoon, like?
Oh yes, his generosity. He understands everything very quickly, and because what I did to help, Namjoon, a museum, modern art, and Whitney, and all this.
What do you mean?
Because I introduced Sony, didn't know anything about museum or Guggenheim, John Handart, all these people.
And how did you know Sony?
I just was interested in visions. So I found one name and I sent an amazing different proposal. The man liked my proposal, we met, and he said, you can have any equipment you like. And so I was the first one to get like $60,000 worth of video equipment. Wow. And they didn't know anything about kitchen, Namjoon, anyone. So I, cultivated them and they connected. So cool. Yeah, I knew Namjoon before because I've been an avant-garde artist. He was always very supportive of everyone who could be considered totally crazy avant-garde, And he was very kind.
So it was such a sharing community at that time, huh?
It was beyond sharing. I think it was all trying to help each other. For artwork, it was to help. It was always trying to find a way to support each other. And it was not about money, or it was not about, making names or anything. It was just pure visions, trying to go one step beyond. And Namjoon was one of, a pure, true pioneer. But there's many people around that time, Fluxus and all that. But those movements was very important. But Namjoon, has a very special history.
Yes, and I'm sure you do too. I'm looking at your clothes now, but you have a Japanese name and a French, English, Scandinavian accent.
Well,
You're from Brooklyn, though, right?
It would be very wonderful that maybe I should make that up.
Okay.
That would make everyone who appreciated what I do be very happy.
Yeah. Where do I see your art? Are you on the internet?
I'm at Barney's when you enter.
Oh, at Barney's?
Yes, I use Barney's as my gallery.
Barney's the store?
Yes.
Oh, that is
so right as you enter. It was his suggestion too. Okay, bye.
No wonder she's such a good dresser. What's that?
Mr. Ken.
Mr. who?
Ken.
Ken?
Yeah, Ken.
Hi there. Just tell me your name and how you would like to be credited, please.
Yeah. My name is Shuya Abe. Yeah. I also born in Japan. And my age is 74. Yeah, very aged.
Young 74 though, huh?
I don't know.
Thin? And you eat good?
Yeah.
Do you live in Japan now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And what's your title? Like, how do you describe your job and your relationship with Namjoon Paik?
Yeah. And just I first met him in Tokyo. It was maybe September 5th of 1963. Yeah. After I and Namjoon work for making robot K4, robot 4, 5, 6, and other some kind of video engineering applied devices.
The video board.
One is using RCA color TV and 3 black and white cameras, and combined it makes Namjoon's participation TV.
Sony didn't put out the Portapak until 1967 in the United States.
Yeah.
But Namjoon had one here in New York. And how did he get his first one?
Sony's first sales was not Japan.
Was in Japan?
Not Japan. Not in Japan. First sales was in United States. Yeah. Namjoon ordered maybe number 1 and got.
So he ordered it right from Sony.
Yeah, maybe. I think. I really learned his mentality and very widespread, maybe.
Wide spectrum.
And also his learned very much for many kind of religion, maybe Buddhism.
So to include religion with technology.
Yeah. He always wanted to realize too much high contrast, too much high brightness.
I missed your birthday.
Yeah, too much high
He broke
brightness.
all the rules, right?
And also too much distorted some kind of images. I learned sometimes such images made very nice pictures.
Yes.
Incredible pictures. That's I learned.
So you learned that he went beyond the specifications but made something more.
Yeah. So,
New.
yeah. And he always said, I just do something, and he looked, more high contrast, more high brightness, always said, more distortion.
It broke people's TV sets at home, though, right? It was like buzzing and humming, going, when it's high levels like that. But he said, blow up the TVs. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Nice really to meet you after so long. Thank you very much. Hi, Raphael. So I just interviewed this guy who said exactly the same thing when I interviewed you.
Exactly. I think he's just a great mind, and so his great mind was able to perceive the possibilities of technology and see its creative potential, and at the same time to stay within a spiritual or a philosophical realm and not get lost in the technicity. Exactly.
Yeah, about how his mind is capable of handling this wide variety of stuff, including, he was saying, religion and technology.
Exactly, yes. He can handle history, religion, technology, art, and goofiness.
63.
I'm sorry, what's that?
1963, so that makes 43 years.
That you know Namjoon?
Yes, I knew him for 43 years. Yes.
Did you ever collaborate with him?
Yes, I did. I traveled with him together, doing performances, etc. We worked together on many occasions.
So now you're a video maker. Are you still a filmmaker? Or?
Yes, I'm both. I'm a filmmaker and video maker and computer maker and moving image maker, I would call it myself.
I'm asking everybody one question. Is there something in particular that you learned from Namjoon, Kate? Some lesson that he told you, or technique, or attitude?
Nothing special. Maybe not to lose the sense of humor. Not to take things too seriously. Don't lose your sense of humor.
Well, I hope we can keep it tonight and
yes, right? I think we should, especially today. The world is too serious. Yes. That's the trouble. Okay.
Thank you. John, I just want to get. I hope this isn't too nerve-wracking.
No, I'm the Director of Distribution at Electronic Arts Intermix. And I think from Namjoon, I learned what the possibilities of experimenting with video can be.
So does that mean failure as well as success?
Failure, success, and just imagination.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Joan.
Hello.
Hi. So it's standing room, so you have to find a place to stand.
Okay, all right.
And I'm interviewing people.
So great that you're doing this.
Well, I'm just making a video. I'm asking everybody, what did you learn from Namjoon? But can you walk into a little bit better light? Because I want you to look gorgeous.
Oh, good. That's what I want. I want to look gorgeous. I got my hair cut. Does that
You look
help?
great. Yeah, very.
So what did I learn from Namjoon? I remember he said once to me, he said, "You've got to spend it if you want to make it."
That's good.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Namjoon.
And how long did you know him for?
I think I met him in '77.
When she comes down.
It's over. It's Christian's got it. He's one there. It's only one there.
All of you, great admirer of Namjoon and miss him terribly. And like many of you, a long time and close friend of the artist, who brought into all of our lives the extraordinary range and accomplishment of his art, ideas, and transformative understanding of art making.
Avant-garde musician, self-taught engineer, video artist.
I introduced Yoko here. I have to repeat this very important comment from Mr. Hanhart. No flash photography. I have had the honor of participating in Yoko's performance since the mid-60s when I participated in one of her early cut dress performances. And it is my great honor and privilege to introduce Yoko Ono.
The vase was broken to feed the soul.
It has become 450 pieces. Please take one each home, and in 10 years, let's promise that in 2016 spring, that we will think of Nanjun again. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's an ending with a future. We'll gather again, and we will continue to remember our great friend, our Susan Pike. And I want to thank all of you for being here, and we'll see you in the future. On the screen, you will see image of Nanjun from early.
So David Ross, let me zoom in a little so it's not too wide-angle TV stuff. So do you still call yourself curator? What's your title?
No, I'm just David Ross. Yeah, I guess I'm a curator.
Former director of this and original video
I'm a
curator.
Recovering museum director.
And the first video curator?
That's true. 1972.
So
Jim Harithus.
I'm asking everybody one question. That is there something that you learned from Namjoon?
Yeah, of course.
Any sayings or slogans?
What I learned from Namjoon is that you are a genius. A genius. A genius. You are a genius.
Maureen Nappy, artist. I'm not using any adjectives anymore. I've given up on the adjectives.
Like what?
Video artist, computer artist, something artist, just artist. But actually thinker, artist, thinker, researcher, writer, all that description. Maker. I actually think I met Namjoon maybe through John Sanborn or Electronic Arts Intermix early on. And what I remember is this like essence of warmth and wit and smarts, like just reframing things that you wouldn't quite think of in the spur of the moment, that I really liked about him, and I still feel it.
Well, you answered my question before I asked it.
Oh, okay. What was your question?
The question is, what did you learn from Namjoon? So that would suffice.
I guess, well, it's just to kind of be in the moment, but think about things in a different way, and look, and be present. And there was this, I don't think he'd ever used the word spiritual, but it was this essence that maybe I can use that word, although it's overused, but there was something very heartfelt, warm, loving. It's the place that art is supposed to touch. And I wish that I hope that my art does. And so for that, it's a kindred spirit.
Yeah, thank you, Namjoon.
Thank you.
Now,
Love
I just want to get you...
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Wow, good.
Thank you for watching. Did I say it's the end of the beginning of the video?